Is hell just a state of mind? Hell, what a word. The concept has been a part of our human culture and religion for thousands of years, from ancient Greek mythology to modern day Christianity. The idea of a place where the wicked are punished for eternity has been a constant theme, and something that just doesn't seem right to me. What if I told you that hell might not be a physical place, but rather a state of mind? When we think of hell, we often imagine a fiery pit of eternal torment, where souls are punished for their sins. What God could ever do that? But what if this idea of hell is simply a manifestation of our own psychological fears and anxieties? If we view hell as a physical place, it's easy to think that it's something that can be inflicted upon us by some higher power. But what if instead, hell is simply a product of our own minds? Think about it. When we're in a state of suffering, whether physical, mental, emotional, it can feel like we're trapped in our own personal hell. But is this suffering really coming from some external source? Or is it created by our own thoughts and emotions? This is where things get really interesting. Because if we start to view hell as a psychological state rather than a physical place, it raises all sorts of questions about the nature of suffering and how we experience it. For example, if we're stuck in a cycle of negative thoughts and emotions, can't we say that we're already living in our own personal hell? And if that's the case, then is it possible that we can have the power to escape that hell simply by changing our mindset? This idea is both empowering and terrifying, because it means that we have to take responsibility for our own suffering, but also that we can take responsibility for our own suffering, change our mindset, and change our lives. Philosophers and psychologists have long explored the idea that suffering is not necessarily an objective reality, but rather a subjective experience that's shaped by our own thoughts and emotions. In other words, it's not the external circumstances that cause us to suffer, but rather our own internal response to those circumstances. This is a crucial distinction, because it means that we have the power to change our experience of suffering simply by changing our mindset. I'll link a video into this at the bottom of this video to Michael A. Singer that refers exactly to this. From a philosophical perspective, don't know if I said that right, this idea raises all sorts of questions about the nature of reality and how we experience it. If our thoughts and emotions are shaping our experience of reality, then can we really know what's out there in the world? Or is everything just a product of our own minds? These are big questions, and ones that have been debated by philosophers for centuries. But what's really interesting is that this idea isn't just limited to abstract philosophical concept. It has real world implications for how we live our lives. If we start to view hell as a state of mind rather than a physical place, it means that we have the power to take control of our own suffering and create a better reality for ourselves. Many people believe that our experiences of suffering and torment can often be self-inflicted through our own thoughts and emotions. Think about it. How many times have you got stuck in a cycle of negative thinking, only to realise that it was all just a product of your own mind? This is a powerful insight, because it means that we have the power to break free from that cycle of suffering and and create a better life for ourselves just by changing our mindset, not listening to the personal mind. Through meditation we can achieve that. We can calm down the personal mind, not listen to all the nonsense that it creates, all the negative that it creates, all the stories that it makes up. And we can come back to reality. Heaven here on earth. When you're caught up in that mind, when you're caught up in all that thinking, when you're caught up in making stories up and generating your life from that personal mind, the ego, you're living in hell. That is hell. Hell is right here on earth. Hell is a state of mind. We can live in heaven just by changing our mindset. The more I think about it, the more I truly realise that hell is just that state of mind. It's not a physical place that we're sent to after we die. It's a psychological state we can experience right here, right now. So if we can experience hell in our minds right here, right now, then we can truly experience heaven in our minds right here, right now, by changing our mindset, stopping all that unwanted personal chatter that the mind does, and come back to the present moment. And the good news is that if we're living from that personal mind, if we're living from our own personal hell, we have the power to escape it simply by changing our mindset. So what do you guys think? Is hell just a state of mind? Let me know in the comments below. And if you have any questions, be sure to check out our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.